Not long after Jesus returned to heaven, the disciples began to spread the good news of the gospel throughout the land. It was a new day around the world, and the church was just starting up. Not only did they talk about Jesus, but they also acted in his name and performed miracles. They saw the blind see, the lame walk. It was an amazing time. They were spreading the good news of Jesus, although not everyone thought it was good news, and some people made it their mission to stop them completely. There was one man in particular who thought this was all a very bad idea. Saul, the Pharisee, who was a big deal amongst the religious leaders, was working hard to get rid of all the followers of Jesus. He persecuted them by getting them thrown in jail, or even worse. It was a scary time. One day, Saul decided to go to Damascus to rid the city of any believers, send them to prison, and put off anyone thinking about following Jesus. He set out on horses with a few of his men, and whilst on his way, very suddenly, a light from heaven flashed around him. He fell to the ground and heard a voice say to him, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" "Who are you, Lord?" asked Saul. "It's me, Jesus, who you are persecuting. Now get up, go into Damascus, and you will be told what you must do." The men who were with Saul stood and watched this strange scene, because although they could hear the sounds from heaven, they couldn't see anything. The men helped Saul back onto his feet, and when he opened his eyes, he discovered he couldn't see. He had been blinded. So his men led him by hand into Damascus. For 3 days he was blind, and he didn't eat or drink anything. Meanwhile, in the same city of Damascus, God was working behind the scenes to make a big change in the life of Saul. Ananias, a disciple of Jesus, had a vision from the Lord, who told him to go to the house of Judas on Straight Street and ask for a man named Saul and restore his sight to him. Ananias was terrified. "I've heard of Saul. He's done awful things to your people in Jerusalem." The Lord responded saying, "Go, I have chosen this man to work for me." So Ananias did it. He found Saul and placing his hands on him said, "You saw the Lord Jesus. He appeared to you on the road as you were coming here. He has sent me so that you will be able to see again." Immediately, something like scales fell from Saul's eyes and he could see again. He got up and was baptized. It's incredible to see the bravery and trust of Ananias, and it's incredible to see Saul completely transformed by an encounter with Jesus. Saul thought he was doing the right thing. He thought he was serving God, but everything changed when Jesus stepped in. Not long after this, the Lord changed Saul's name to Paul, and he went on to become a missionary and one of the writers of our Bible. But it all began with Jesus and a changed mind.